Shephatiim, also known as Judges chapter 8. And the men of Ephraim said unto him, Why have you served us thus, that you called us not when you went to fight with the Midianim? And they did chide with him sharply. And he said unto them, What have I done now in comparison of you? Is not the gleaning of the grapes of Ephraim better than the vintage of Abiezer? Elohim has delivered into your hand the princes of Midian, Oreb and Zeeb. And what was I able to do in comparison of you? Then their anger was abated toward him, and when he had said that. Then Gideon came to Yarden and passed over, he and the 300 men that were with him, faint, yet pursuing them. And he said unto the men of Succoth, Give, I pray you, loaves of bread unto the people that follow me, for they be faint, and I am pursuing after Zevach and Salmunna, kings of Midian. And the princes of Succoth said, Are the hands of Zevach and Salmunna now in your hand, that we should give bread unto your army? And Gideon said, Therefore, when Yah has delivered Zevach and Salmunna into my hand, then I will tear your flesh with the thorns of the wilderness and with briars. And he went up thence to Penuel, and spoke unto them likewise. And the men of Penuel answered him as the men of Succoth had answered him. And he spoke also unto the men of Penuel, saying, When I come again in peace, I will break down this tower. Now Zevach and Salmunna were in Karkor, and their hosts with them, about 15,000 men, all that were left of all the host of the children of the east, for there fell 120,000 men that drew sword. And Gideon went up by the way of them that dwelt in tents on the east of Novak and Yogbaha, and smote the host, for the host was secure. And when Zevach and Salmunna fled, he pursued after them, and took the 2 kings of Midian, Zevach and Salmunna, and discomfited all the host. And Gideon the son of Joash returned from battle before the sun was up, and caught a young man of the men of Succoth, and inquired of him. And he described unto him the princes of Succoth, and the elders thereof, even 70 men. And he came unto the men of Succoth, and said, Behold, Zevach and Salmunna, with whom you did upbraid me, saying, Are the hands of Zevach and Salmunna now in your hand, that we should give bread unto your men that are weary? And he took the elders of the city in thorns of the wilderness and the briars, and with them he taught the men of Succoth. And he beat down the tower of Penuel, and slew the men of the city. Then said he unto Zevach and Salmunna, What manner of men were they whom ye slew at Tabor? And they answered, As you are, so were they. Each one resembled the children of a king. And he said, They were my brethren, even the sons of my mother, as Yah lives. If ye had saved them alive, I would not slay you. And he said unto the other his firstborn, Up and slay them. But the youth drew not his sword, for he feared, because he was yet a youth. Then Zevach and Salmunna said, Rise you, and fall upon us, for as the man is, so is his strength. And Gideon arose and slew Zevach and Salmunna, and took away the crescent ornaments that were on their camels' necks. And then the men of Israel said unto Gideon, Rule over us, both you and your son's son also, for you have delivered us from the hand of Midian. And Gideon said unto them, I will not rule over you, neither shall my son rule over you. Yah shall rule over you. And Gideon said unto them, I would desire a request of you, that you would give me every man the earrings of his prey, for they had golden earrings, because they were Yishmaelim. And they answered, We will willingly give them. And they spread a garment, and did cast therein every man the earrings of his prey. And the weight of the golden earrings that he requested was 1,700 shekels of gold, besides the crescent ornaments and collars and purple raiment that was on the kings of Midian, and besides the chains that were about the camel's neck. And Gideon made an ephod thereof, and put it in his city, even in Ophir, and all Israel went thither a whoring after it, which thing became a snare unto Gideon and to his house. Thus was Midian subdued before the children of Israel, so that they lifted up their heads no more. And the country was in quietness 40 years in the days of Gideon. And Zerubbabel the son of Joash went and dwelt in his own house. And Gideon had 70 sons of his body begotten, for he had many women. And his concubine that was in Shechem, she also bore him a son, whose name was Avimelech. And Gideon the son of Joash died in a good old age, and was buried in the sepulchre of Joash his father, in Ophrah of the Avi-Hi-Azrim. And it came to pass, as soon as Gideon was dead, that the children of Israel turned again, and went a whoring after Baalim, and made Baal Berith their Elohim. And the children of Israel remembered not Yah Elohim, who had delivered them out of the hand of all their enemies on every side. Neither showed they kindness to the house of Zerubbabel, namely Gideon, according to all the goodness which he had showed unto Israel. And Abimelech the son of Jerubbaal went to Shechem unto his mother's brethren, and communed with them, and with all the family of the house of his mother's father, saying, Speak, I pray you, in the ears of all the men of Shechem, whether it is better for you either that all the sons of Zerubbabel, which are 60 persons, reign over you, or that one reign over you. Remember also that I am your bone and your flesh. And his mother's brethren spoke of him in the ears of all the men of Shechem all these words, and their hearts inclined to follow Abimelech, for they said, He is our brother. And they gave him 60 pieces of silver out of the house of Baal-berith, wherewith Abimelech hired vain and light persons which followed him. And he went unto his father's house at Ophrah, and slew his brethren, the sons of Jerubbaal, being 60 persons, upon one stone. Notwithstanding, yet Jotham, the youngest son of Zerubbabel, was left, for he hid himself. And all the men of Shechem gathered together, and all the house of Millo, and went and made Abimelech king by the plain of the pillar that was in Shechem. And when they told it to Jotham, he went and stood in the top of Mount Gerizim, and lifted up his voice, and cried, and said unto them, Hearken unto me, ye men of Shechem, that Elohim may hearken unto you. The trees went forth on a time to anoint a king over them, and they said unto the olive tree, Reign over us. But the olive tree said unto them, Should I leave my fatness, wherewith by me they honor Elohim and man, to go to be promoted over the trees? And the tree said to the fig tree, Come and reign over us. But the fig tree said unto them, Should I forsake my sweetness and my good fruit, and go to be promoted over the trees? Then said the trees unto the vine, Come and reign over us. And the vine said unto them, Should I leave my wine, which cheers Elohim and man, and go to be promoted over the trees? Then said all the trees unto the bramble, Come and reign over us. And the bramble said unto the trees, If in truth ye anoint me king over you, then come and put your trust in my shadow. And if not, let fire come out of the bramble, and devour the cedars of Lebanon. Now therefore, if ye have done truly and sincerely, in that ye have made Abimelech king, and if ye have dwelt well with Jerubbaal and his house, and have done unto him according to the deserving of his hands, for my father fought for you, and adventured his life far, and delivered you out of the hand of Midian, and ye are risen up against my father's house this day, and have slain his sons 60 persons upon one stone, and have made Abimelech the son of his maidservant king over the men of Shechem, because he is your brother. If ye then have dwelt truly and sincerely with Jerubbaal and with his house this day, then rejoice ye in Abimelech, and let him also rejoice in you. But if not, let fire come out from Abimelech, and devour the men of Shechem in the house of Millo, and let fire come out from the men of Shechem and from the house of Millo, and devour Abimelech. And Jotham ran away and fled, and went to Beer, and dwelt there for fear of Abimelech his brother. And when Abimelech had reigned 3 years over Israel, then Elohim sent an evil ruach between Abimelech and the men of Shechem. And the men of Shechem dwelt treacherously with Abimelech, that the cruelty done to the 60 sons of Jerubbaal might come, and their blood be laid upon Abimelech their brother, which slew them, and upon the men of Shechem, which aided him in the killing of his brethren. And the men of Shechem set liars in wait for him in the tops of the mountains, and they robbed all that came along that way by them. And it was told Abimelech, and Gaal, and the son of Eved, came with his brethren, and went over to Shechem. And the men of Shechem put their confidence in him. And they went out unto the fields, and gathered their vineyards, and trode the grapes, and made merry, and went into the house of their Elohim, and did eat and drink, and cursed Abimelech. And Gaal the son of Eved said, Who is Abimelech, and who is Shechem, that we should serve him? Is not he the son of Zerubbabel, and Zuval his officer serve the men of Hamor, the father of Shechem? For why should we serve him? And would to Elohim this people were under my hand, then would I remove Abimelech. And he said to Abimelech, Increase your army, and come out. And when Zebul, the ruler of the city, heard the words of Gaal the son of Ebed, his anger was kindled. And he sent messengers unto Abimelech privily, saying, Behold, Gaal the son of Ebed and his brethren have come to Shechem, and behold, they fortified the city against you. Now therefore up by night, you and the people that is with you, and lie in wait in the field. And it shall be that in the morning, as soon as the sun is up, you shall rise early and set upon the city. And behold, when he and the people that is with him come out against you, then may you do to them as you shall find occasion. And Abimelech rose up, and all the people that were with him by night, and they laid wait against Shechem in 4 companies. And Gaal the son of Ebed went out and stood in the entering of the gate of the city. And Abimelech rose up, and the people that were with him, from lying in wait. And when Gaal saw the people, he said to Zebul, Behold, there come people down from the tops of the mountains. And Zebul said unto him, You see the shadow of the mountains, as if they were men? And Gaal spoke again and said, See, there come people down by the middle of the land, and another company come along by the plain of Moanim. Then says Zebul unto him, Where is now your mouth wherewith you said, Who is Abimelech, that we should serve him? Is not this the people that you have despised? Go out, I pray you, and fight with them. And Gaal went out before the men of Shechem and fought with Abimelech, and Abimelech chased him, and he fled before him. And many were overthrown and wounded, even unto the entering of the gate. And Abimelech dwelt at Aramah, and Zebul thrust out Gaal and his brethren, that they should not dwell in Shechem. And it came to pass on the morrow that the people went out into the field, and they told Abimelech. And he took the people and divided them into 3 companies, and laid wait in the field, and looked, and behold, the people were come forth out of the city. And he rose up against them, and smote them. And Abimelech and the company that was with him rushed forward, and stood in the entering of the gate of the city. And the 2 other companies ran upon all the people that were in the fields, and slew them. And Abimelech fought against the city all that day. And he took the city, and slew the people that was therein, and beat down the city, and sowed it with salt. And when all the men of the tower of Shechem heard that, they entered into a hold of the house of the El Berith. And it was told Abimelech that all the men of the tower of Shechem were gathered together. And Abimelech got him up to the Mount Salmon, he and all the people that were with him. And Abimelech took an axe in his hand, and cut down a bow from the trees, and took it, and laid it on his shoulder, and said unto the people that were with him, What have ye seen me do? Make haste, and do as I have done. And all the people likewise cut down every man his bow, and followed Abimelech, and put them to the hold, and set the hold on fire upon them, so that all the men of the tower of Shechem died also, about 1,000 men and women. Then went Abimelech to Tevetz, and encamped against Tevetz, and took it. But there was a strong tower within the city, and thither fled all the men and women, and all they of the city, and shut it to them, and got them up to the top of the tower. And Abimelech came unto the tower, and fought it against it, and went hard unto the door of the tower to burn it with fire. And a certain woman cast a piece of a millstone upon Abimelech's head, and all to break his skull. Then he called hastily unto the young man his armor-bearer, and said unto him, Draw your sword, and slay me, that men say not of me, a woman slew him. And his young man thrust him through, and he died. And when the men of Israel saw that Abimelech was dead, they departed every man unto his place. Thus Elohim rendered the wickedness of Abimelech, which he did unto his father, in slaying his 70 brethren. And all the evil of the men of Shechem did Elohim render upon their heads, and upon them came the curse of Jotham the son of Jerubbaal.